They refer to themselves as believers. Everything I do not know, I believe. One slap in the face and you know you got hands. Traditional terms in India, when we see people living out of their memory, we say, Ayyo karma.
How about Sadhguru? I guess he destroyed some of your points, I guess. Sadhguru from the
Okay,
Foundation.
arrange for a dialogue, I will debate him. You arrange, I will debate him. Sadhguru is a famous person, ask him. If he wants, let him arrange. No problem, I will debate him. Okay? Because I know he's famous. Any famous personality, if he wants to debate, I don't want to debate him. He wants to debate me, open, any topic. Any topic on comparative religion. Hinduism and Islam, no problem. Okay? I'm welcome.
All the rubbish that we do will become tomorrow's culture and tradition of this land, isn't it so? If you want to know this life, which is myself, no tradition is… Tradition can inspire you.
Yes.
Tradition can put you in a direction. Tradition cannot take you there because this has to happen now to you. Only then it's a living reality for you.
Yes.
Otherwise you will read in a book and believe it. But how do you know this works? I'm saying it should work. People ask me, Sadhguru, how do we know whether we have met a real teacher or a guru or not? I just tell them, look at his face. Whether it's worked for him, what he's talking. Has it worked for him?
Yes.
That's all the question. If it's not worked for him, what is the point?
If he points out anything in my speech which I said, which is out of context or which is not as per the Hindu scripture, I apologize. I will give him from where I got. All my research are not from non-Hindu scholars, from Hindu scholars. I give the reference. So most of the speakers say, yes, Zakir is right, but… Then the but comes. Many Hindus say, when you hear your speech in 2 hours, I've learned what I've not learned in 40 years of my life. But in my speech, I give references. Did Shishi Ravi Shankar give any reference in his speech? Even one reference he gave. Did he give a single reference, brother? In my speech, how many references were there? So who's more authentic, a person who gives a reference or a person who doesn't give a reference?
You have read 10,000 things and you remember all that. I have not read anything. The value that you have is only the memory you have.
Yes.
But now I have a little gadget which knows 1,000,000 times more than you know. So now what is the value for you and me? What kind of a human being I am is the only value, isn't it? What nonsense you carry in your head is of no value. This is a great time for me. This is great time for humanity because now you being a human being will become more important than what nonsense you carry in your head.
We believe that he was one of the mightiest messengers of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We believe that he was the Messiah translated Christ. We believe that he was born miraculously without any male intervention, which many modern day Christians today do not believe. We believe that he gave life to the dead with God's permission.
This is a godless culture. Whenever somebody says, I'm a religious person, they refer to themselves as believers. Everything I do not know, I believe. This has led to a whole lot of things. One thing it does is, it brings you confidence. I believe means it brings you confidence. But confidence without clarity is a disaster.
Yes.
This is a disaster that is unfolding in the world in many different levels. People who don't know a damn thing, who can't see what's in front of them, they are super confident. It's dangerous. Confidence without clarity. Let's understand the word belief first of all. How many of you believe you have 2 hands? Please raise one hand. Do you believe you have 2 hands or do you know you have 2 hands?
No.
If I start an argument with you that you don't have 2 hands, and if my argument becomes too powerful, one slap in the face and you know you got hands. So with hands you know. There are so many things you believe. You only satisfaction you have is you know words and things that other people do not know, but you are a total mess.
You could have kept a chit There's no objection. In a debate, you can have notes in front of you, right or wrong? I don't have notes. He can have notes. Ask if Shri Ravi Shankar will have a second debate with me. Will he have? Even if you give him $1 million, he will not have.
But if he doesn't debate you, I'm sure one day I will.
The day you can get 20,000 people for your audience, I will debate you.
Traditional terms in India, when we see people living out of their memory, we say, Ayyo karma. That means past memory is ruling them. They will never experience life. Everything I do not know, I just assume. What is the point of that? The moment you assume and you gather 1,000 people who assume the same things, and I assume something and I gather 10,000 people who assume the same thing, clash is inevitable.
20 amazing scientific reasons behind Hindu traditions. The video features Sadhguru discussing the importance of giving references in speeches and debates. Sadhguru highlights the significance of tradition in inspiring and guiding individuals, but emphasizing personal experience as essential for true understanding. The discussion touches on the criteria of identifying a genuine teacher or guru, focusing on the impact of their teachings on their own lives. Putting your heads together to say hello. In Hindu culture, people say hello to each other by putting their hands together, and it's called Namaskar. This is a way to show respect, but it's also a scientific reason. When we join our hands, the tip of our fingers touch certain points in our body that help us remember the person we are greeting. It's like a special button that helps our brain remember them. And the best part is, we don't have to touch each other, so no germs are spread. Why do Indian women wear toe rings? Wearing toe rings is not just for a married woman. There is a reason behind it. Toe rings are usually worn on the second toe because there is a nerve that connects to the uterus and heart. Wearing a toe ring on this toe can make the uterus stronger and keep it healthy, and by helping with blood flow and regulating menstrual cycles. Silver toe rings can also absorb energy from the earth and pass it to the body. Throwing coins into a river. People used to throw coins in the river because they believed it would bring them good luck. Back then, the money was made of copper, which is a metal that is good for our bodies. By throwing the coins in the river, our ancestors wanted to make sure that we got enough copper in our water, since rivers were the only source of drinking water. This became a tradition so that everyone would do it. Putting a red mark on your forehead. There is a special spot on our forehead right between our eyebrows. That is very important. People have believed for a long time that this spot can help us keep our energy and focus. They put a red mark called kumkum on this spot to help with this. When they put on the kumkum, it also helps with the blood flow to our facial muscles. Why do temples have bells? When people go to temple, they should ring the bell before going inside the special room where the main idol is kept. This is because it is believed that the sound of the bell scares away bad things and make God happy. But there is also a scientific reason for ringing a bell. When we hear the sound of a bell, it helps us think clearly and focus on our prayers. The bells are made in a special way that when they make a sound, it helps our brain work better. When we ring the bell, the sound lasts for at least 7 seconds, and this sound can make our body feel better. It can help us get rid of bad thoughts and feel more peaceful. We start with spicy food because it wakes up our taste buds, and we end up with sweet because it helps us feel happy and satisfied. Our ancestors believed that it's important to eat spicy food at the beginning of our meals to save sweet food for the end. This is because spicy food helps our stomach digest for food better, while sweet food slows down the digestion. That's why they always suggested eating sweet food last. Why do we put mehendi on our hands, on feet? Mehendi is not just for making hands pretty. It can also help people feel better when they are stressed. Weddings can be very stressful, and sometimes that stress can give people headaches and fevers. Putting mehndi on our hands and feet can help cool your body down and make you feel more relaxed so you don't get too tense and nervous. Sitting on the floor and eating. This tradition is not just about sitting on the floor and eating. It is about sitting in a special position called Sukhasana and then eating. Sukhasana is a position we use for yoga exercise. When you sit on the floor, you usually sit with your legs crossed, like in a Sukhasana or a half lotus pose. These poses make you feel calm and help with digestion. It is believed that sitting in this position sends signal to our brain to get your stomach ready for digestion. It is not a good idea to sleep with your head facing north. Some people believe that sleeping with your head towards north can affect ghosts or cause death, but science tells us that it's because our bodies have magnetic field, just like the earth does. When we sleep with our head facing north, our body's magnetic field becomes unbalanced with the earth's, which can lead to problems like blood pressure and stress on the heart. Additionally, our blood contains iron, and sleeping in this position can cause the iron to gather in the brain, potentially leading to headaches and serious health issues like Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and brain degeneration. We pierce ears to put earring in them. In India, it is believed that piercing your ears helps your brain grow and helps you think better. It also helps you control how much you talk and can make you behave better. Piercing your ears also helps keep your ears healthy. People in the Western world also like to get their ears pierced to wear cool earrings and look fashionable. Surya Namaskara is a series of yoga poses that are like salute to a sun. Hindus have special way to saying thank you to the sun god every morning by offering water. This is done because looking at the sun through water is good for our eyes and it helps us healthy start our day. Waking up early to this ritual helps us have a productive day. There is a small mark on the head of a boy. Sushrut Rishi, a famous surgeon in Ayurveda, talked about a special spot on the head called Adipati Marma. This spot is very sensitive because it has lots of nerves. The shika or tuft of hair on the top of the head protects this spot. Inside the brain, there is another important spot called Brahmarandra, where a nerve called Sushumna reaches the lower part of the body. In yoga, Brahmarandra is a highest chakra or energy center with a lotus flower with many petals. It is the center of wisdom. The knotted shika helps to strengthen this center and preserves its subtle energy called ojas. Why do we not eat for a certain amount of time? Fasting is a way to stay healthy by getting rid of bad stuff in our bodies. It gives our digestion a break and helps clean everything out. When we fast, our body gets rid of the yucky stuff and fixes any problems. It's good for us to not eat for a little while, and drinking warm lemon juice can help with any tummy troubles. Our bodies are mostly made up of liquid, and the moon can affect how we feel. Fasting can help balance our emotions and make us feel better. Studies show that fasting can also help prevent diseases like cancer, heart problems, and diabetes. Touching someone's feet is a way of showing respect in science. When you touch the feet of someone older or very respectful, something special happens. When they expect your respect and you feel humble, their heart sends out a positive thoughts and energy. This energy travels through the hands and toes and reaches you. It's like a special connection between two people's minds and hearts. This can also happen when you shake hands or give hugs. Our nerves start in our brain and go all through our body. These nerves end in our fingertips. When we touch the fingertips of someone's opposite foot with our fingertips, we create a special connection and our energies are connected. Our hands receive the energy and the other person's feet give the energy. Why do married women wear red powder in their foreheads? It is important to know that when married women put sindoor on their foreheads, it has a special meaning for their bodies. Sindoor is made by mixing turmeric, lime, and a special metal called mercury. Mercury can do things like control blood pressure and make people feel more interested in being romantic. That's why widows are not allowed to wear sindoor. It is best to put sindoor right in the middle of our forehead, where our feelings are. Mercury can also help people feel less stressed and tired. Why do we show respect and pray to the peepal tree? The peepal tree may not seem very useful to the most people because it does not have tasty fruits and its wood is not strong. But our ancestors discovered something special about this tree. It produces oxygen even at night. This is very rare for trees. They wanted to protect and care for this tree because of its unique ability. So they connected it to a god and made it a part of their religion. Hindu traditions are not just rituals. They are deeply rooted in science and practicality. From the way we greet each other to the food we eat and the rituals we perform. There are amazing scientific reasons behind each tradition. These traditions are not only about maintaining our culture and heritage, but also about keeping our bodies and mind healthy. As we continue to follow these traditions, let us also appreciate the science behind them and continue to pass them on to future generations. Why are these people angry about Sri Rama? To know the hidden facts, click here to watch the video. If you find this video informative, be sure to like, share and subscribe for more videos. Thanks for watching. Pranam.